Sherwood, Arkansas. Officer Reggie Koch pulls over a truck for speeding. He immediately notices that the two men inside the vehicle are acting suspiciously.
Even though the back window of the pickup was tinted, I could see that the driver and the passenger actually changed seats. So I knew right away this was not a normal traffic stop. These people are going to try to deceive me.
Mind if I see your driver's license since you was driving? I don't have a driver's license, sir. You don't have a driver's license? No, sir. Suspended. Okay. He's driving, though. No, you were driving. I saw you driving. I saw your little swab.
Officer Koch smells alcohol on the driver's breath. The man claims his house is nearby and his friend in the truck is sober. He begs the patrolman to let his buddy drive him the rest of the way home.
Can I get him to drive me home, sir, please?
Then the officer asks the obvious question.
You know, why didn't you just let him drive in the beginning? I mean, instead of you driving. Because I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant. I'm stupid. I have no... Is it your truck? Is that why you're driving? No, sir.
Before placing the man under arrest, the officer gives him a sobriety test.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you know your ABCs? Yes, sir. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Z, X, Y, W. Let me see. V, U, T, S, R, Q, O. No, wait a minute. Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, L. Okay.
When the suspect fails the test, the officer decides it's off to jail for this drunk driver.
Well, I'm gonna have to place you under arrest for DWI and take you down and give you a breath test, okay? Turn around here. Can I not go home? No.
But the man refuses to comply and starts backing away into the path of an oncoming car.
Come here. Wait a minute. I'm coming. Okay.
The quick-thinking officer grabs the intoxicated man just in time.
Don't put... Wait a minute. Don't place me under arrest. Listen to me.
The officer struggles to handcuff the suspect.
Don't place me under arrest, Listen to me. Come on. No, I'm trying to... Put your hands behind your back.
Once he sees the handcuffs come out, he absolutely goes into this please, this begging, pleading, no, don't take me to jail. I can't go to jail for DWI. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Wait a minute. I just want to talk to you, man.
No.
Okay,
Put your hands behind your back.
Oh, please, sir. Don't.
Suddenly, the desperate man escapes.
I guess because he'd been drinking, I could still keep up with him, but I just couldn't close that gap.
As the foot pursuit continues, a delivery man for a local pizza shop provides some much-needed help. He swerves in front of the fleeing suspect, stopping him in his tracks. The officer is then able to tackle the man and take him into custody.
Yeah! The chase went for probably 150, 200 yards, I'm guessing, and at that point, help arrived. But it wasn't the backup that I had called for on the radio. The help came in the form of this pizza delivery guy.
More units arrive as the officer escorts the suspect back to his patrol car.
Right in the car, Bubba. Right in the car.
Officer Koch is grateful that the pizza man went out of his way to lend a helping hand.
You know, crime fighters come in all shapes and sizes. Some of them are even delivering your pizzas.
Portland, Oregon. At a minor league baseball game, the ball is driven to deep right field. And suddenly, disaster. Right fielder Rodney McRae crashes through the fence at full speed. A base runner scores. Then the cameraman quickly refocuses on the outfield. Rodney is still down and not moving. Let's take another look. Rodney chases the towering fly ball back to the warning track, but he slams into the wall face first. Rodney's teammate rushes in and peers through the opening in the smashed fence, fearing the worst. Incredibly, Rodney is okay.
My teammates are like kind of scared to come down there because they think I'm like dead. So I'm sitting there, I didn't want to panic, so I'm sitting there touching my forehead and my nose and my forehead and like, okay, I just ran through a wall. Okay, and I'm like, okay, what day is it? Then here come the center fielder. He sticks his head through the wall like, dude, are you okay?
Rodney is amazed his injuries aren't more severe.
I just had a little abrasion. I bit my lip, had a little bruised shoulder. I don't know how, why. I didn't hurt myself real seriously.
A closer look reveals just how lucky Rodney is. As he barrels into the wall, he narrowly misses a beam that's just above his head. Rodney knows he came within inches of ending his baseball career.
Once in a while, somebody who hasn't seen it, I show it to him, and to this day, I still flinch. I mean, from the sound effect. And I'm like, wow, I survived that.
Midland, Michigan. This is the view of Kevin Howard's driveway from inside his garage. That's his blue pickup, 1949 Studebaker. Someone has been stealing things from his truck.
It makes a person angry, especially when you work hard your whole life and try and provide things for your family and yourself, and somebody just comes by and takes it. It's very frustrating.
Kevin's mad as hell, and he's not going to take it anymore. So he's devised a plan to catch the crook on tape. Kevin has removed the lock to his garage door and aimed his video camera through the opening. Early the next day, he waits for the thief to arrive and records a running commentary of the sting operation.
The time now is 20 minutes to 7, and obviously it's getting lighter out, so we are ready for some revealing video.
Just then, his prime suspect approaches. It's his paper boy.
He's headed this way.
But suddenly, the unexpected.
Boy, that's gonna screw.
Two women stroll right in front of Kevin's house.
Son of a bitch.
Kevin fears that the women and a barking dog have scared off his suspect.
It's taken an awful long time to come over. Maybe he's waiting for things to settle down.
But the paper boy cycles up the driveway. He peers into the Studebaker and sees something he likes, a portable TV. The shifty suspect checks to see if anyone is watching. Then he reaches into the truck and takes the bait.
Oh, I'll be there. Bingo, you little bastard.
Kevin's mission is accomplished. The operation is a success. Even though the devious delivery boy takes the goods, at least he remembers to leave a newspaper. Inside the garage, Kevin can't contain his excitement.
My God, he's busted. Okay. Oops. And now, what I do is I shut this off and I call the police.
Officer Mark Taglauer never read a story like this in the local police blotter.
Well, I thought this guy was pretty amazing for spending that much time in his garage, and just to catch this kid on tape, he got busted. No question about it, and he knew it.
The paper boy is sentenced to probation and community service. It's an open and shut case thanks to Kevin Howard, video vigilante. Carbon County, Pennsylvania. TV news cameraman Rob Gill sets up on the side of a highway, shooting a report on an unsafe runaway truck ramp.
There was several truck accidents on this ramp before, and trucks would come and flip. So I was just getting some general shots of the truck ramp.
But less than 3 minutes after Rob arrives, this minor story becomes breaking news. The gravel should slow the truck, but the truck vaults off the first mound. The second row is like a wall.
I was looking through the camera the whole time. I had no idea that the back end of the truck was going to go into the air like that.
The driver stumbles out, dazed and stunned by the violent crash.
Are you all right? Sir, you all right? I was pretty shocked to see him conscious and walking away from that accident like that. I saw the blood all over his head.
You all right? A little bumped up.
Paramedics arrive. Despite all the blood, the driver has only minor injuries. His truck fares far worse. Rob has his story and video proof that this truck ramp doesn't prevent crashes, it causes them. Miami, Florida. A slow day at a convenience store. A couple of regulars hang around. Suddenly, a gunman charges in.
Get black, no more, get black, get black, black, get black.
The clerk is wounded.
Get black, get one, get one, get one, get one.
One of the regulars is ordered to hand over the cash.
Get black, hey, get one.
He leaps over the counter.
Please. Come on, man, please.
But the panicked man can't open the till.
Over the counter.
His smoking buddy lends a hand. He breaks the bank. The robbers grab what they can and flee.
Oh my God! So we got shot, man? Oh, he get me, man!
The injured clerk calls 911.
Somebody want to rob here and take my own money and shoot me, man. Hey.
Shaken, he hands the phone to the frightened regular.
Hello? Yes, man, you got shot, man. Who shot him? The people that came and robbed the place, man. Do we know the person? No, ma'am. Ma'am, we do not know the person. Let me see. They shot you?
But when police arrive, the security camera tells a different tale. This man is Arthur Super, and he's in on the holdup. When the shooting starts, the clerk gets hit in the shoulder. Arthur plays the role of frightened hostage to a T.
Please.
Watch closely as he stuffs his pockets with cash from a cigar box.
Hey, open this, man! Open it!
Sly Crook takes off before the cops show up.
Open the door, please. Let me go. I don't want to be up here. Please.
But he's not free for long. With this videotape, police have all they need to arrest Arthur and his crew for armed robbery. This award-winning performance earns him a free trip to jail. Sydney, Australia. A jewelry store surveillance camera captures a brazen daylight robbery. One by one, 3 men armed with machetes rush in, smashing and grabbing everything in sight. They threaten to slash anyone who gets in their way. The thieves ransack case after case, raking in hundreds of precious jewels. The terrified sales clerks take cover behind the counters. The 2 customers are trapped in the middle of the ambush. They carefully move toward the door, trying not to draw the attention of the bandits. In a mere 75 seconds, the crooks managed to get away with thousands of dollars worth of jewelry. Armed and dangerous, the men are still at large. The New South Wales police gave us this tape, hoping that it will lead to the robber's arrest. But we found something they didn't. Watch again. The female customer on the right is trying on an expensive ring. When the crooks storm in, she slides the ring off her finger and into her purse. Then she collects her things and looks for a way out. Now look at the customer on the left. She starts to leave, then actually goes back to pick up the jewelry that she was trying on. It only goes to prove that you don't have to be armed and dangerous to pull off a jewelry heist.